How does that feel? Take a look at your vision board. Take a look at those goals. What we looking like? If you're on track, praise the Lord when you do it. I'm so proud of you. If you're, 75, 80%, keep going. You got this. I am proud of you. 50%, we love to see the movement. But what about those who set out all these goals and dreams and transformations for ourselves in 2024, and now we have 100 days left and we're looking around like, right? And trust me, I already know once it gets closer to December, we're going to lay out the tips to transform yourself, this, that, and the other. New year, new me is going to come in heavy like it does every year. One thing that's consistent is change, and new year, new me, right? But you have 100 days left in 2024. How about we plant those seeds now? Why try to build up the momentum against this uphill battle of the freshness of a new year rather than picking up where you left off 100 days ago? I forgot what I was watching, but it was definitely a YouTube video. I don't know if it was a podcast, YouTube, but someone had the example of rolling a bowling ball down a hill, right? So it's a bowling ball, it's heavy. Rolling a bowling ball down the hill and trying to stop it like 2 seconds after is a lot easier than going to the bottom of the hill, and trying to catch the bowling ball. What's going to happen? You're going to crush your fingers, right? It's a lot harder to stop. It's way easier to stop the bowling ball at the fresh start of it, at the beginning of the initial roll down the hill, versus that ball has been rolling some time down the hill now. It's built up the momentum, and now you try to stop it and it's a force to be reckoned with. You try to stop it and it's going to crush the speed bump in the way. That's where we want to be with our goals. That's where we want to be with the transformations for ourselves. And yes, I understand. Maybe you have not done everything you needed to do in 2024. Maybe life was lifing. Maybe you fell short on your goals. There can be 50, 11 trillion billion reasons why. But let's talk about how we can start today. Because we want to plant the seeds so we can sow them and nurture them and tend to them in these next 100 days, so that we're not planting or starting from ground one January 1st. And that's nothing bad to the person that starts bad January 1st. But if you're in the habit of every year, January from 2021 to 2024, you've had these goals, you start from the beginning, you do new year, new me, and you fall short on your dreams, your goals, and your plans, maybe we should try something different. Maybe we shouldn't start from the uphill battle. Maybe we should give ourselves a running start or walking. Motion, baby, motion. So I have some tips for you. We're going to talk about it. Things we can do to start planting the seeds in the next 100 days, all right? I wrote it down. I'm trying to be more organized. I always write it down, but I just write scribbles all over the page, right? First, I want you to do a self audit. Audit your life. Audit where you are right now. Now, when we do an audit, you have to be honest. Honest audit. You have to be honest about where you are and why you're there. We're not going to get hung up on it, but you have to be honest. Why are we being honest with this audit? Maybe you said your goal was to be more active in the gym. Maybe it's not to lose weight, it's not to whatever. You just want to be a gym girly. But you only went to the gym April, May, and July. It's September. What's your audit looking like? Well, do you like where you are? Are you okay not being the gym girly? You fell short on that goal? You have to do an audit about that. Maybe an audit was to start a new career. Like you were going to take the steps to pursue a new career. Let's use IT, for example. You were going to download the Memo app. Let's start with very basic steps. basic free app to learn some very elementary level coding. You never did that. Maybe it's to learn a language, so you downloaded Duolingo before you invest a full $300 to Rosetta Stone. I'm throwing out numbers. I don't know their costs, but you did this, that, and the other, right? So then you're not even staying consistent with the free app that's on your phone. You need to audit your life and see where you are. Maybe your audit requires you to pull out the vision board and sit down and look at yourself. Is 2 plus 2 equaling 4? No. That's weird. That's suspicious.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Right? And when we do the audit, here's why I say don't get hung up on it. We're not going to beat ourselves up. And I am preaching to myself. Because I actually did this not too long ago. Like, when I say not too long ago, I mean 3 days ago. I actually did an audit for myself. Some things, chef's kiss. We've already accomplished it. Other things, chef's kiss. We're in the motion. We're moving. We move. Rolling down the yeah, right? Other things, radio silence. And I remember going to my fiance and I was like, but I should be doing this and I should be doing here. I should be here. And I said I was going to do this. And I literally gave myself a routine and no motion has happened in this. Wow, excuse me. No motion has happened in this area. And he was like, okay, so one, what we're not going to do is beat ourselves up.
And
One thing this person does, this man does, okay, is hold me accountable. Okay? So he was like, one thing we're not gonna do is beat ourselves up. He was like, do you want to make the change to do XYZ? Yes. Is there still time for you to do XYZ? Yes. Why are you complaining about what you can't change? You can't take back the rest of the year. That was literally my face. Right? So I'm going to pass that on along to y'all. You can't take back you can't take back January through August 2024. But you can transform where you are now to December and carry it on and get that momentum on into January 2025. And like I said, you have to be honest, but an audit is not to beat you up, it's to hold yourself accountable. Also in your audit, you can realize maybe you put something on your vision board that maybe I just liked it because it was an aesthetic or it was a trend. We'll talk about that later. And maybe I don't really care about that as much as I thought I did, or just the way my life is set up, the trajectory of my life right now, that's not something that resonates with me anymore. Your audit also allows you to take out what's not needed. It allows you to take out the jargon of what doesn't resonate with you, things you took on for people-pleasing reasons, things that you took on because you thought society said you needed it or had to do this. It lets you have a true reflection of who you are. So this is why I keep emphasizing that the audit is not to beat you up and say, wow, you're not doing good. You should be doing better. The audit is a true reflection of who you are right now, where you are, accounting everything that you've experienced from, honestly, before 2024, but from January 2024 to now. And moving forward, what are you going to pick up, leave, and press on with? My grandpa always had a saying. He was like, people need to learn how to eat the chicken and leave the bones. So when you do your audit, you want to take what you need, take what resonates, take what you still are passionate for. Maybe you're already working on it, keep it going, or maybe you want to pick it back up. Do that, but leave the bones. Leave what doesn't resonate with you. Leave the jargon, the fluff that's just not you. Maybe and it's okay. It's okay. People change all the time. Maybe you went through a transformation. I got engaged in 2024. So some of my goals went from my goals to we goals. Now trust me, you still should stay an individual, okay? But There were just some things I had personally for myself that were very superficial. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it together. So you can go through that. You can go through transformational things in 2024 that your goals, or maybe things that are on your vision board, are not as important. Maybe they look different. Maybe they weren't really you. You were people pleasing. XYZ elemental P, correct? So I want you to do the audit. And like I said, the take out the jargon. And like I said, don't judge your now. So we're going to take out the jargon. We're not going to judge our now. And what we're going to do after that, we're going to avoid the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I feel like is implied with the don't judge your now, but take out the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You cannot press rewind on 2024. What can you do when you wake up tomorrow? What can you do today? What seeds are you planting day 100 out from 2025? T minus 100 days. What are you putting in those days? What steps are you taking? Actionable steps are you taking? What are we doing? What goals are we taking? If you need to make a new little mini vision board, do that. I made a new mini vision board in July. I started end of June, finished in July, because I realized just some of the things I had on there wasn't really me. It was an aesthetic. And again, we're going to talk about that. Hopefully you guys cannot hear that music. Oh, or well, maybe you hear the horn. And when you do your audit, I want you to make sure you come out the other side of your audit pursuing things that resonate with who you really are. And that's important for me to say because we talk about people pleasing here. Now, like I said, from your audit, you want to choose things that actually resonate with you, not what other people expect you to be, not the aesthetic version of TikTok and Pinterest that you saw. Make sure the goals that you are taking in these next 100 days, the actionable steps that you are taking in these 100 days, the momentum that you are building in these next 100 days into 2025 resonates with you. Because I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of taking goals and building plans and making moves to please others in society. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now, here's a tip for you. Here's how we can do this. I want you to pick 3 wins. 3 big goals. If you only could do 1, that's fine. If you can do 2, that's fine. I would just advise in these 100 days, no more than 3. Because there's such thing as overcomplicating and overconsuming that to the point where you don't move. I'm speaking to my people who have multiple passions, right? 3 big wins. Now, when I say big wins, I'm not saying become a millionaire by 2025. 3 big wins are just 3 areas of your life, 3 goals, 3 topics, 3 aspects. You want to see the momentum of transformation. You may not even hit your end goal. Let's use weight loss, for example. If your goal was to lose weight, lose 60 pounds, that can be one of your 3 big wins, right? We're just creating the momentum there. So maybe by 2025, you've already lost to 25 pounds. So now instead of starting from 0 pounds lost, you're starting at 25 pounds lost. 3 big wins that you are building momentum for. If you reach the goal, chef's kiss, we love it. If not, the momentum is there. You've already became more than 1% better, correct? Because you've been trying to become 1% better every single day. You've already planted the seeds. You already tended to the seeds. You've been tending to the seeds. You already have the routine in place. Now, when we break down our 3 big wins, I want you to think of your daily wins. 3 big wins, every win should have a daily win. So again, let's use weight loss for example. Your daily win is doing something, acting in some way that's going to help you build the momentum. That's going to help that bowling ball keep rolling so that once a hurdle comes, something tries to get in its way, it's a force to be reckoned with and it's crushing those fingers, right? Daily wins for me, one of my big wins is always movement, moving my body. I realize I also used to always say I'm a fit girly, I'm this, that, and the other. Movement is a core value for me. So movement looks in many different ways for me because I go to the gym. I'm an aerialist. I do home Pilates. I started calisthenics, and I do mobility overall. Before, I was trying to make individual goals in those different topics, but that is movement. Let's add on my daily walks after work. Movement. And I'm building that momentum. Now, let's go to a more very specific goal. You want to get a split. What are daily wins that you can take every day? Every day. 100 days. Daily wins. Because your daily wins are you waking up every day committing to yourself. You waking up every day choosing yourself. Which if you're a recovering people pleaser, you haven't done that often. It's not something you're used to doing. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. We talking about each other. Right? So I want you to break down your 3 big wins. Lastly, I want you to think of no plan B. Why do I say no plan B? I am guilty of this, but a lot of goals I've had, I'll say, yeah, like this, the podcast. Yeah. I will have the goal of the podcast, and then at the same time, I'll be like, but just in case it doesn't work out, I'll just do this. I will go halfway in. No plan B. I want you to move in these next 100 days as if you don't have a plan B. That doesn't mean quit your job when you don't have any backup finances. That doesn't mean be reckless, but it does mean take risks. Take a calculated risk. If you want to start a YouTube channel, go all in as if that was the only option. Not, oh, well, I already have a 9 to 5, so if my YouTube channel doesn't even blow up the way I want it to, I don't have to take it serious because there's that. Act as if you don't have a job. Act. Heavy on the word act. Act as if you don't have a job. Act as if this was your full-time job. If it's to start a podcast, it's the same way. If for plan B, act as if you don't lose weight, it's going to be the end of the world. If you don't show up for yourself, that's it. No other options. Because a lot of us, we act as if we have plan B through Z, and then we become complacent. There's no true push or desire versus someone who got to get this money by tomorrow. Actually, there's no plan B. They're going to show up the way they need to. There is no other option. I think about the actors and actresses who say out of nowhere they didn't have any money, they just moved to LA. There was no other option. And the ones who say that from the stage of winning awards. Don't you want that to be you? Don't you want to win the award of your goal? Reap the benefit of your goal? You have to act as if there's no plan B. All right, guys. 100 days. We've got this. I will catch you next time for the next episode. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful week. And wait, what? Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful week. Stay blessed. And as always, I pray one thing resonates with you from this episode. Talk to you later.